Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Team USA content that is likely coming tomorrow here at NBA 2K24 MyTEAM with free Invincible cards that are going to be dropping in-game. I think this is really has the potential to be some super solid free content this season. Now, will it actually be? That I have really honestly no idea. I'm very interested to see whether or not this free content winds up being anything really particularly worthwhile. I'm hoping it is, though. Free Invincibles, if it's the right guys, there is definitely a possibility of getting some really elite, fun NBA legends for free this season. My real question is, with this type of Invincible content, number one, are they actually going to give us players that we actually want? And number two, how attainable are these cards realistically going to be? Is it going to be something similar to the Spark Bold Rush grinds that we've gotten the last 3 seasons? Or is it going to be more intensive than that? Maybe even less intensive than that? I really don't know. I'm interested to figure out what we're looking at with tomorrow's content. 2K has not as of yet leaked anything as I record this video that pertains to this Invincible content, and I'm leaving in a little bit to go over to my parents this afternoon, so making a video now discussing this. If they do drop actual leaks on these Invincible cards, I'll probably make a video on it when I get home tonight and talk about that, but for now this video is just speculation, so keep that in mind. With that being said, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. We'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe, and without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, starting off, let's talk about what they have said in the playbook. We obviously have all this Team USA Invincible content where they're talking about how there's going to be more than a full lineup of Invincible Team USA player cards available to earn. So we did get on Friday, let me flip back to this real quickly just so we could look in the collection. We got how many cards on Friday? Let me go back and figure this out. On Friday, in terms of free attainable Invincibles, season 7 rewards, sorry, season 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Chris Bosh. There will be 5 other mode awards this season, so that makes 10. They say more than a full lineup. Does that mean 1 Invincible a week, multiple Invincibles a week? I really don't know. But what they say in the blog specifically is, number one, there's going to be more than a full lineup of Invincible player cards available to earn. But then they say nothing else really here about that. But in the update for right down here, they say we're going to get new Invincible Team USA players arriving in MyTEAM on Monday, which obviously is tomorrow. What I'm interested to see with this, it says players plural, so we can expect at least 2. I would love it to be 3 a week. My guess is it will be 2 a week. But here's the thing. When you think about Team USA, the players who have played for Team USA throughout history are, the majority of them anyway, are NBA legends. Like, I was looking at this list right here of the top 50. This is just a ranking by The Athletic, but a ranking of the top 50 Team USA players of all time. A lot of them are WNBA players, obviously, and women's players, so those would not be coming. But a guy like Grant Hill, for example, would be 6'8" at the shooting guard position, elite level, versatile, really good card. Jason Kidd, that's a 6'4" PG, but he's going to be great defensively. He'd be fun. I could see a guy like J Kidd being a very likely Invincible this season that we get at some point. That makes a lot of sense. Darren Williams, not the most exciting name, I wouldn't say, when it comes to this, but he played in 2 Olympics. He's another type of guy. I mean, here's the honest truth, that we'll likely get a short point guard in each of these drops each week, realistically, just because this is how 2K works, man. They're not going to give us that many elite level free cards at the end of the day. So we're probably going to see a lot of short point guards. So guys like Darren Williams, Jason Kidd, Gary Payton make a lot of sense because they're 6'4", 6'3". They make a lot of sense as likely Invincibles this season. Jason Tatum, he's already gotten a couple of free care. He got a free Dark Matter recently. I don't think he'll get a free Invincible. He's also only played in 1 Olympics, and I think he played in the Basketball World Cup a few years ago or something like that. But as a whole, I don't think Tatum was somebody we'll see. Although if we did see a Tatum with changed SIGs, could be an absolutely incredible top tier shooting guard. I would love to see a guy like Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley. Those 2 guys both obviously played in the Olympics and were impactful parts of Team USA. But 2K does not have their rights. In the past, I will say 2K was able to loophole somehow. I don't know how this worked, but Pink Diamond Charles Barkley was a card. Let me find it. Pink Diamond Charles Barkley was a card that came out, I believe, in 2K17. It was this card right here. And he was a Team USA card. It's the only time he's ever been in MyTEAM. 2K does not have his rights. Is there some sort of loophole that they were able to exploit to get this Charles Barkley card into the game? And is that something that they could, in theory, exploit again to get a guy like Charles Barkley or Reggie Miller or somebody like that into my team this season? With that being said, number one, we haven't seen the Charles Barkley or anybody like that since 2K17. That was 7 years ago. So realistically, probably not, right? But also, if they were to drop those guys and somehow find a loophole to get them, I almost guarantee you Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley will be in packs if they were to ever find a way to loophole their rights or something like that to drop them in packs, because those are guys who are big names, have never been in my team, would make 2K a lot of money. Y'all know how they are as a greedy company. Those are not players we're going to see. Karl Malone, he just got a Dark Matter card this past week, and he's also, I mean, I just doubt, considering he just got a Dark Matter card, that we get a Karl Malone, although I wouldn't be totally shocked if he comes at some point this season as one of the Invincibles. Chris Mullin makes a ton of sense. This is a card who realistically will not be top tier at his position, will probably be very solid, but he makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's 6'7" shooting guard. On paper, theoretically, it's a very good card, but there's a lot of good shooting guards. I mean, even this season, we got 100 overall Ricky Davis. Obviously, Glenn Rice is still one of the best cards in the game. A variety of good shooting guards available for free. Even the token market, Steven Jackson as well, is a really good card. So I think realistically that Chris Mullin makes a lot of sense as a player who wouldn't even be like a top probably couple free player at his position, but would be semi-interesting, and he'd make a lot of sense as a name they'd add. Kevin Garnett got a free card last season. I doubt he gets a free Invincible. I wouldn't be mad if he did, but I doubt it. Kyrie Irving, he gets a ton of free cards, but it wouldn't surprise me if he gets another one here because he's a short point guard. And again, we're probably going to get a short point guard literally every single week of this drop. Shaquille O'Neal has gotten his whole GOAT drop and multiple 100 overalls and stuff. I don't think we'll get an Invincible Shaq as part of this, but I guess it's possible. Scottie Pippen, would love an Invincible Pippen with some changed SIGs. Is that happening? Probably not. Scotty's one of those guys who realistically makes more sense to me because of his name recognition, but also because he's really good in 2K. I would expect to see him in packs at some point this season. Realistically, big enough name, especially if they change his SIGs, he's going to be absolutely exceptional. That would make sense. Patrick Ewing, I could see it. A free Patrick Ewing without a changed release is just not an exceptional card, though, to be completely honest. I'm just trying to be honest and temper our expectations. Like Chris Paul, we're going to get a Chris Paul this season. I would almost guarantee we get an Invincible Chris Paul for free. Dwayne Wade. Now, D-Wade is one of those guys that I think is both possible to get for this and could be really good and really fun. I would like to see a D-Wade card, and he has definitely had an impact in the Olympics. He was on the 2008 Redeem team. Wasn't he? I think he was 2008 Redeem team. I'm pretty sure. And he's obviously an NBA legend and a guy who I think a lot of people would like to see. I would love a free D-Wade. That's a cool one. Alonzo Mourning, I could see it, but at the same time, he's not like, I especially could see it realistically. He doesn't even have a Dark Matter yet, and he's not a huge name, even though he was a great NBA player. He's not a super huge name my team wise, and so that's another guy who would make a lot of sense as one of these players. But the guy that I want to see the most, we're not getting Kobe. Charles Barkley, I'd love to see, but we're not getting him. Although if we do, it'll be in packs, but I don't think we're going to get a Charles Barkley. There's one guy in here specifically. D-Rob is great. Don't think we'll get an Invincible free D-Rob. I could see him dropping in packs, though. He's a pack seller for sure. A free MJ would be dope just for all the people out there who don't have a good MJ, even though his release kind of stinks. LeBron is obviously not going to be a free card in this. Carmelo Anthony is the one name that jumps off the page to me as like a truly exceptionally elite guy who also does, while having huge name recognition, this is the card that I hope we get at some point this season, is Carmelo Anthony. This Team USA drop has, this whole concept has the potential to be really, really good if they actually give us some of the players we want, because we can't expect every reward they're going to drop to be an elite level card. I'm sorry, we're going to get short point guards. It's just how they do this stuff with the free content. But if they supplement that with a few names, like, for example, a Carmelo Anthony, who is obviously an Olympic legend. I think Carmelo is maybe as much an Olympic legend as he is almost an NBA legend in a lot of ways. He is definitely one of the greatest players in the history of Team USA basketball. I mean, they, for a good reason, I think, have him ranked over LeBron, MJ, and Kobe when it comes to men's basketball. KD's number 2. I don't think we'll get a KD as a free card just because he's 6'10", and he already has a shooting guard small forward card. KD also is a guy who probably could get a GOAT series this season. He's going to be in packs this season in some capacity, another form of KD, and he's a good enough player player, obviously, where I could see him getting some sort of GOAT series. The one name to me that makes the most sense as a guy who is both super name recognition, super good for Team USA, and does, I think, theoretically have a chance to be free is Carmelo Anthony. I hope we get a free Carmelo this season. He would be an awesome card and a very, very fun card, and I think a very exciting card for a lot of the community. Will it happen? Probably not, I'll be completely honest, but I would love it if it does, and hopefully 2K comes through and makes this Team USA Invincible free content really, really good this season, and it doesn't wind up being a huge letdown. So with that being said, that's what we're going to call the video. Just wanted to give my thoughts. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.